The Black-owned Spotlight Show. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Day, and this is the Black-owned Spotlight Show, where I get a chance to sit down with some of today's most influential and inspirational Black business owners and open your mind to life beyond a 9-to-5. So today I am here with Mr. Lashad Jackson.
Hi.
Owner of ConservClean, or is it ConservClean?
Same thing.
Conserve. I don't know why I say conserve.
On the con, but it's the same thing.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good considering. Considering I'm still here.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We got a lot to talk about. But so the people I'm sure the people are not familiar with you yet. They will be. But go ahead and let them know about ConservClean. Go ahead and let them know.
ConservClean.
Yeah, let them know about ConservClean and just, about your business and yourself a little bit.
Okay, so ConservClean Care is Houston's first and only full-service steam car wash. Yeah, steam. We use no water whatsoever. We use Lamborghini-powered machines that we actually have imported from Europe. The machines use 8 gallons of water per day for a complete business day, compared to other car washes using roughly, 5,000 gallons per day. It's very wasteful. We're eco-friendly. We're green conscious, and our steam is overall more beneficial than water. In most cases, when you go to a self-service car wash, you use a pressure washer. Let's say you have tree sap on your car, or whatever the case may be, bugs from a road trip from Austin. All you're doing is just flattening that dirt, grime, or whatever, putting it inside your car and wiping the surface off, and it's still there.
Yeah.
With steam, we melt it, wipe it off with a microfiber towel where the fingers grab it, and your paint is absolutely spotless. It's very similar to a clay bar method that a lot of detailers are familiar with using, but we don't have to go through the extra steps of clay barring because our machine clay bars for you.
Okay. So how did you get into this business? Are you a greenie? Was this about the environment? You wanted to do something better for the environment, or how did this happen?
Oh, it was out of complete spite.
Spite?
Yes.
What happened?
So my main company, the Jackson Administration Group, is a holdings company. We invest into other businesses, buy majority shares, get them together with the right representation, lawyers, CPAs, all that. And I invested in a guy who had a company very similar to this. He knew how to do business, but he didn't know how to run a business. So, long story short, he ended up gypping me on my money, and I was like, hey, look, you could do what's right, or you could compete with me. And I think he took the wrong choice. So here I am, 2.5, 3 years later, 2 locations, 18 employees, and yeah, so while he's doing his thing, remain separate but not equal. And so I'm just doing my thing. It wasn't anything that I anticipated doing. I actually preferred to have invested in that that brother's dream and worked with him, but it didn't work out, so I did what I had to do.
Okay, so you said he knew how to
he knew how to do
business, but he didn't know how to run a business.
Yeah,
expound on that. What is? Because maybe I'm him.
Man.
What's the difference between the characteristics of somebody who knows how to do a business versus run a business?
Yeah, so anybody could sell a candy bar.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the price of the candy bar. It's $1. That exchange, that's it. That's doing business. Running a business is taking that profit from that candy bar and buying more candy at a cheaper price, and then of course expanding your profit margin and expanding your growth, and then hiring someone on the other side of town to sell that candy bar for you.
Yeah.
And then revolving and going and growing and growing and growing. This gentleman could have grew very rapidly. But, you know, some people just like taking, you know, the what they can up front instead of looking at the bigger picture. So there's tons of people, I think a lot of us as black entrepreneurs in the beginning were so used to just getting that large check. That's why a lot of these record deals are like not that great. It's like, you mean tell me I get $2 million up front? Nah, I'd rather take the royalties. It's like the guy from Lion King. I believe his name is Jason. He sung Can't Wait to Be a King.
Yes.
And he was also on that Chingy joint. He's still banking from the royalties off Lion King.
And he was on Smart Guy.
Smart Guy.
Yes.
You know about Smart Guy. That's before your time. Now I'm feeling old. But yeah, he is eating very well. A lot of people probably think his career is done. No, he's eating well off that Disney money.
Yeah.
He didn't take the large check. He got the Elton John deal. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So when we sat down and talked, we discussed, you know, you showed me the business, you showed me around, but we also got into like kind of the nitty gritty and the not so glamorous parts of owning a business.
Yeah.
And you were very transparent with me, and I think that it's important for people to know, like, you know, see this side where we get to sit down in front of the camera, you know, you have your business, but also know, you know, what you had to deal with behind the scenes and keeping this business even going.
Yeah, a lot of people, when it comes to business, they're always like, I'm in it for the money, you know, I'm trying to get to this destination. They don't know exactly the route to get to that destination. They just know, plop, I'm trying to be rich. That shit ain't easy. It's not like that. It's not like that at all.
Yeah.
And it's not like that times 1,000 during a pandemic. It is grueling work. It is steady dancing. It's always pivoting. It's always, you know, we're gonna go this direction. Nope, can't go that direction. Now we're gonna go back, U-turn, bust it right, and you know, hopefully we get right back to where we said we wanted to get. We wanted the same results, but we didn't necessarily take the steps to get there. It's not easy. And a lot of people is gonna, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they faking the funk. It ain't easy. Particularly when you have all these employees that you're responsible for keeping food on their table. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And one of the main concerns that I deal with as an entrepreneur is, if I fail, I'm not just failing myself. I'm failing 18 other individuals. I'm failing, you know, their families. I'm failing their children. That is a burden to put on. So every step I take has to be the right one during a pandemic, because I don't have the luxury of, you know, twisting my ankle and having to nurse that bad boy back to health. I gotta keep it going. I gotta get to the finish line, and I gotta make it happen. A lot of people may portray that they're excelling during this pandemic, and you know, I've seen a lot of people who've taken their you know, their success and turn it into some type of profit. It's like, you know, I could get you rich during this pandemic. Just sign up for my, you know, my what is it called? The new app, Hangout, Clubhouse, something
Clubhouse,
like that.
or fans only.
Sign up for my fans only, and I will discuss with you 10 ways to get rich during the pandemic. Also, click that link below to subscribe. No one has time for that shit. Like, it's not, no. With a brick and mortar, you have rent, you have taxes, you have employees, you have taxes, you have lights, you have taxes, you have many expenses, you have taxes, and there's just no way to get above it.
And it's tax season.
It's tax season, so come see your boy, because we need you. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and I'll be very leery and curious to know, you know, what is a individual really doing this situation that have more than 3 employees, that have a brick and mortar. What are you doing during this pandemic that just have you flying through colors? It's nothing. It's nothing to pretend like everything's fine, because it's not.
Yeah.
We had in March of last year, a whole 12 months of restrictions against business owners and actual other individuals who working middle class who couldn't go to work, had to work from home, and a few people got laid off. I think it was the layoff rate in Texas was like 38% in the last 12 months. Those people don't have the luxury of spending, money on a detail or getting their brakes fixed on their vehicle. They have to keep food on the table, and that's a direct result of what we're dealing with at this location. The Houston location we have two locations. The Houston location is a totally different set of problems. We made most of our money doing commercial cleaning at restaurants. Shout out to A-Life, working with Jonathan at Camp and Prospect Park and Lost and Found. Once the city shut down, they can't pay us what they were paying us to maintain their kitchens. It's a trickle down effect.
It is.
So it's like, okay, what do we do now? Instead of laying off most of my staff, I decided to try to put on a brave face, and I was like, everybody just come to Humble. And I didn't let nobody go. So I want to keep that commitment. So yeah, it's not hard. I sleep probably 2 hours a day.
So what characteristics about yourself as a boss do you feel like you have that have gotten you through this?
Adaptation. I'm never married to anything. Nothing's black and white to me, ever. I guess you could say I live a gray life.
Yeah.
Ask my fiance. Like, I kid you not. I'm never married to any situation. So if I wanted to go left, I'm also thinking of how can going right benefit me.
Yeah.
And that's probably what's been keeping us alive this whole time. This entire time, because I'm not hell bent on just getting to the destination with the Google Maps directions I got. And I think that is one of the key components to my moderate success.
That was almost moderate success.
Moderate success.
I mean, you got a brick and mortar, you're pretty successful. So
Yeah.
I know, times are hard because it is the pandemic, but I believe that just in talking to you, you're gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, and when I'm fine, everyone else is fine.
Yeah.
I've always had this innate attitude to where once I'm good, everyone's good. And I think that's one of the main reasons I don't sleep that much, because I'm like, I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of them, they can't take care of their people, so it just funnels down, and I'm always up trying to figure out ways to win and looking at weather patterns. We talked about that last time we were here.
We did.
I was like, I'm looking at the weather, I don't think this is going to look good, what can I do? And I just make it happen. Yeah.
So how do you keep yourself from kind of like, because like you said, that's a burden on you, having to think about 18 other people's, basically how their families and what's going to happen if you make a decision and this trickles down and it's not the right decision. What do you do to stay sane in all this and just not crack?
I don't. I crack every night, and I put myself back together before 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm not about to fake the funk with you. Like,
does your wife have anything to do with helping you put yourself back together?
Yeah, I don't like them dirty looks she gives me. Like, look at this. She's pathetic. Sitting there moping and crying. So, I get back real quick. But nah, she's real supportive. She's dope. She will snap me out of a funk real quick. Depression's real. Mental health is very important, and it's not just me. It's not just entrepreneurs. Let's not act like that's exclusive. It's everybody.
Yeah.
It's everybody. So, luckily I have someone that could snap me out of a deep, deep depression, but most of the time I'm just sitting here like, the reality of the matter, if I'm sitting here moping, complaining, crying, then I'm not working.
Yeah.
So, occasionally, sometimes it gets bad, and it's like I don't want to get off the couch. I'm just gonna sit here, and I'm gonna eat some ice cream and watch some TV, and
that's important too.
Yeah.
To do that sometimes.
Too much of anything's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So,
but too much work, too much of anything. So too much work, too much rest.
Yeah, but I don't have the luxury of not working too much.
Yeah.
So, just like I said, she'll wake me up and be like, what's wrong? And I'll tell her, I'll be crying, like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm so tired. She's like, yeah, 18 employees. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Get it together.
Done.
Gotta love black women.
You're right. You just gonna sit there and cry all day? I want to. You can't. Yeah, you're right. So
that's the luxury of having one. She snapped you right back into it. So we're actually going to be getting a demo of how the steam car wash works, because I'm sure a lot of you don't know how that works, because I didn't know how it worked before I came here. So we're gonna get into that, but before we do, I do want to know from your opinion, what do you feel like is some advice that you could give someone that's in the same predicament as you? And normally I say advice for somebody who wants to be in the same position as you, but for what we're talking about today, I think the advice for like somebody who already has a business, they may be going through their hard times, or the same thing. What advice can you give them?
Be knowledgeable and intentional about gaining extra knowledge. I would have been out of business a couple months ago, not because the business is doing bad per se, just because the brick and mortar is costly, right?
Yeah.
It's not a small fee, it's a huge responsibility to upkeep the electric, the utilities that come with it.
Mm-hmm.
If I did not go out my way to seek individuals who know how to, get me to the next month, the month after that, I'd be dead in the water. So, CPAs, I think they are...
CPA stands for?
Certified Public Accountant.
Okay.
They are up there as the most essential workers right now, next to nurses, doctors, and teachers.
Mm-hmm.
CPAs, they help you with your PPP, your taxes. They know all the ins and outs of these SBA programs, getting you loans, grants, which is very important to staying alive. They may be small. They could be $2,000, but that's $2,000 you don't have to pay back. That's $2,000 you did not have.
Yeah.
So they know the avenues behind all that. I have a great CPA, Cajun David, shout out. Just calling and putting the pride aside and saying, hey, so we didn't do good this month. This was a terrible month. The rent is due. I don't know what to do. All right, man, let me see what I can find. Okay, fill this out, do that. Make sure you don't say this. Make sure you say that. Wait, what are you going to use this money for? You can't use it for that. I think this is more important. This avenue better suits what your needs are. And just having someone who is a professional, a true professional, like not an IG model, not an old Facebook hustler, someone who really went to school for this.
Yeah.
And have the certifications for it and know their shit, and let them map out a game plan for you.
Okay.
If it wasn't for that, I'd be dead in the water. So don't be afraid to ask for help from individuals. It may cost a fee, but it's worth it. You cannot get by cutting corners and asking people, from Instagram and Facebook, can they help you? And they charge you the same thing that an actual certified individual may charge you. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, this person has 1,000 likes, so I trust them.
Or even if they charge a little bit less, but I believe in paying for, you get what you pay for.
Quality over quantity.
Yes.
It is not worth it. Pay the people who paid to get that certification, please. I don't like making the same mistake twice, but there's been times where I'm like, oh, I'm going to pay this lawyer this,
So you said pay the actual person who went to school.
Pay that man his money. Or woman.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and get into the demo. I want to thank you for this part of the interview. And yeah, let's go. Okay, so we are out here and we are about to do a demo on my very dirty car. And he's going to show you how the steam clean works.
All right, so what you see right here is a bunch of dirt, dust, debris. You can see what I won right here. I beat her. Did I mention that I beat you? I beat her. You got all this stuff here, but most importantly, these little nicks and knacks that's not coming off. This, I don't know what that is, but your pressure washer won't do that.
Yeah.
And the self-service tunnel car wash definitely is not going to fix that. So, Mario, go ahead and show them what we do best.
How much does something like this cost versus a normal car wash?
It's $60 because it protects your paint. It also, leaves it longer, leave it lasting longer compared to a bunch of chemicals. Because right there, that's just straight water.
Yeah.
Turn it to steam, I should say. There's not a single agent added to it to make it gloss like it's doing. And you remember the little gump that we was playing with?
Yeah.
It was dry. He went over it for a millisecond and it's already gone.
Okay.
If he actually detailed it, every single speck, bug, debris, tree sap would be gone.
So is there any need to wax the car after?
We can, and we usually do after to protect and seal what we just did.
Yes. He spoke about wax. I don't know if they can hear Chris on the camera, but he said, is there any need to wax the car? So, my car was dirty, y'all.
So the goal for ConservClean Care is to be the one-stop solution for all your automotive needs. Inside we have brakes, alignments, of course, the best details in the city, waxes, everything you could possibly think of, we could do it here at this facility.
Okay.
And you can't even go to Discount Tires and get your tires without a wheel alignment. They don't do wheel alignments there. We sell tires and we do wheel alignments. It's just, so that's the goal.
Okay. So you guys can get everything at ConservClean.
Yeah.
And you want to walk over and make sure it's up to your standards?
I can tell from here. Mario's the best. I can tell from here. It's good.
It's good?
It's good. You want to play tic-tac-toe again?
No.
We can't play tic-tac-toe because it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think?
I think that this is great. I think that it's great. Anytime I can save the planet, I think that's a plus. But I definitely will be back to get another steam clean when it is time because you guys, I let my car just go and go with being dirty, and now I have a friend. So
I got you.
I want to thank you so much for taking your time out just to do this interview and being a guest on the Black Owned Spotlight show. Is there anything that you want to let the people know before we go, where to find you, things like that?
Yeah, you can find us online at ConservCleanCare.com for all your automotive needs. If you are a restaurant and you would like someone to come sanitize and sterilize your kitchen, you can find us at ConservClean.com. Our office number is 713-300-0554. We're running tons of specials, and yeah, I can't wait to see you again and let everybody know that the future of car washes are here, and it's owned by a black man. Yeah.
That should be the slogan. No.
Use that.
Well, I want to thank you, Mr. Jackson. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching. You guys can find me on Instagram at Day to Day TV. Shout out to Cricket Straight Media, my production team, because without him, I don't know how I would have did this today. But you guys can also find me on YouTube and the show on Instagram at the Black Owned Spotlight Show. You can find the show on YouTube at Day to Day TV. And if you have not already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. All right, so this has been another episode of the Black Owned Spotlight Show. I hope you guys tune in to the next one. Peace.